Today, the kids are sleeping, the wife is out of the house, so we're just going to kick back and chill, play some AFK Arena, have some conversation. So if you do have any questions, go ahead and pop them up in chat. I think we got to do the Dismal Maze. We could possibly go through a couple different things. The survey is up, so make sure you guys take the survey and answer it honestly. You do get rewards out of this, so every time that they do a player survey, you can go ahead and pick up some rewards out of there. Ultimately, again, we're just going to be kicking back, chilling, playing some AFK Arena. So the Misty Valley, I think we have a little bit more of the Misty Valley to complete. What's going on, Hills? Thank you for joining me for the stream. We're just doing a very impromptu stream. I don't know, can we go any further in here? I think we might be done. We still have 46 hours, so can't even do any more of the Misty Valley. The Roamer's Rhapsody, I believe, is already done as well. So we have completed that in almost all the accounts. So we can run the Dismal Maze, just because, again, this is just going to be sitting back, relaxing, playing some AFK Arena like we love to do. What's going on, Miss Tarky and Gigi? So here, I actually just run through here, usually with the Ainz team comp. Works very, very well. So if you actually run a couple different heroes in here, like so, especially when you get someone like Rowan. Most of these you can just blow right through these with the nuke. That's usually all it takes. And of course, Ainz takes a little bit of damage. What's going on, Pluto? So here we just kind of run through, and again, it's very easy. So if you guys have any questions, guys, definitely just pop them in there, because we're just going to relax. We're just going to play the game. That's what it's going to be. No hard campaign push tonight. We are taking it easy. So my options here, of course, are the Moonstone, which is energy. Very, very powerful. I like this one too. After 10 seconds of battle, the allied heroes receive attack and defense 40%, which is good, but usually we don't last 10 seconds. So we'll go ahead and pick up a little bit of energy. Doing well, great day. How are you? Actually got my first COVID shot today. So feeling fine. Didn't even phase me. But I know the vaccines are very important to a lot of people, so definitely I would recommend getting one. I would rather be safe than sorry down the line. So out of here, guys, doing the Dismal Lab, a lot of people are still kind of on the fence with if they should do the Dismal Maze, if they should do just the regular lab. Honestly, the biggest thing here is the piles of gold you get, the loot you get in here is quite a bit more. So are the tokens. So you do get quite a few more tokens in here when you're running through the Dismal Lab than you do on the regular one. Even though you have the hard mode Riz that you fight, this one still provides more tokens, a little bit more gold, a little bit more EXP, all of the things that we're looking for. Dispelling Arrow is pretty good. Overall, I go with the damage reduction. And I feel like I run the Dismal Lab kind of crazy because I run it on so many different accounts. Because in total, we have 8. Guys, we play 8 accounts on here, which is pretty time consuming, but it is a lot of fun. What chapter do you have to complete to get the Dismal Maze? I believe it is 17. I think it's either 16 or 17 Great Day when you unlock the maze. So it is a little bit further. But ultimately, if you're new to the maze, so when you first get into the maze, it is very, very difficult. It seems like you do have to have a pretty decent geared out team, because essentially if you have a whole team of heroes that you can't use, which is what we essentially see, you got to go in with backup teams. The debuffs from the test server Dismal is brutal. I had to use 2 Duras tier, using all 3 reset enemy teams, and I usually cruise through it. Oh, I wonder if they changed it. I wonder if they changed some of the debuffs. It seems like some hero comps I really, really struggle with coming through the Dismal Maze. Some of the ones like Ainz, it seems like he just overrides with the amount of power that he puts out. That he can kill him really, really quickly. It's funny, Hyatt. So a lot of times, how do I manage 8 accounts? So As you guys know, I have a full-time job. I have a regular time job. I don't do YouTube full-time. I get an hour lunch every single day. It takes me roughly 5 to 10 minutes to eat, depending what I'm doing. So I have roughly 50 minutes of every single lunch with nothing to do, short of just playing AFK Arena on my iPad. So I can actually buzz through a lot of stuff. To go through and actually complete the dailies probably takes maybe half an hour, maybe a little more, give or take. But ultimately going through here, you can run through here relatively quick. It's pretty quick. So over the course of having, let's say, 5 hours every week, it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. Usually one lunch I'll run 2 or 3 Dismal Labs. The other one I'll finish up the rest, or vice versa, depending what's going on. So it does go relatively quick. And I hate fighting Thoran in here. He is always a bane, and I hate fighting Zolrath in here. Two heroes that are just very, very tough. And of course, now we have nothing to heal Rowan. So he's probably going to die really quick because there's no one in this comp to heal him. So what I usually do is when Rowan dies, and inevitably he will, I swap Silas into this comp to kind of change it up a little bit. This one's pretty good. All enemies lose 50% of their current health at the beginning of battle, which very good when you're looking at the Ainz comp. And this one, of course, is crit amplification. So we're going to go with this. Because again, with Ainz, most of the battles don't take that long. And he just shells out so much damage so fast. It's almost not fair. 91 million damage. Again, with him, it's kind of not fair with how much damage he puts out. What's going on? Hamamud? Thank you for joining us for the impromptu stream. So if a lot of people say they didn't get notifications, that's because this one, there was no notification, guys. Didn't have plans to stream tonight, but again, there's not really much going on in my household. So it was a good time to hang out with you guys. I think there'll be the Duo X. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see with the new Prince of Persia. And Pluto, I don't know. I've seen the skills and abilities that they put out, but a lot of times those can change a little bit when it actually goes live, when you actually get to see it live. It might be a little bit different, which I think here we're missing. I think Rowan finally died. So we'll drop Silas into this team comp. What's going on? A 90? Boom. There we go. Just what Ainz does with the huge explosion. Yeah, I knew he was going to go down high. It's just a matter of time. And that's why Silas. Now, right actually up here, I'll bring Rowan back to life because we'll be able to pick him up. This is the same one. Watch Thoran on this one. He'll put that taint ability on Silas. Silas's hit points will go usually to 0, or Ainz's hit points will go to 0 at the end of battle. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I got my Lucy Legendary Plus. I'm going to get her all the way up to Ascended. I also have 3 copies of Alna. Can recommend any teams for me for the both of them. Honestly, Mahmoud, both of them together. So if you guys have seen my Lucy team, I run Lucy and Alna together, and I run Lucy and Alna both front line because Alna will provide the immunity to Lucy to allow her to scale. If you have both of them built, it works really, really well because Alna strengthens the other front line hero. So instead of starting Lucy in the back, you can start Lucy up front, and it actually works surprisingly well. That's the team comp that I run here on the pay to win account. The combination of those two. I'm hoping we can buff up Ainz or at least get him a little bit of life. It looks like Silas is going to go down on this one. And I'm not worried about using the Durst Tears because Rosaline fighting Rosen here is super, super tough as well. She is always a monster to fight every time you fight her. So let's do ultimates. What's going on, Mark? Thank you for joining the stream. Do you think in the future there will be a unit that will out-damage Ainz? Gray Day, that's pretty tough question because again, he is so broken right now. It's crazy. Just how broken he is. How one nuke can literally just kill the entire team, and it being so fast. So literally he gets a little bit of energy, kills most of the entire enemy team because his damage is just absolutely through the roof. So maybe there might be one. Yeah, exactly. Ainz is in his own class of burst. He just destroys everybody. Again, it's crazy with how strong he is. Do you think oh yeah. What's going on, Eagle Girl? Thank you for joining us. Ainz is already sort of outclassed. Yeah. Ainz is similar to a lot of other heroes where he does it himself. So Ainz is a hero that literally can just tank by himself. As long as you get time for him to scale, boom, that's all it takes. If you can get him to scale, it's easy. Throw Lorzen, Leica, and Screg in the back. Yeah, that'll help a lot. Good recommendation there, Hyatt. Because of Lucy, any way that you can put more damage. So when Lucy's doing damage, she will do damage on other targets, which is the big part of Lorzen. Is Damon a good carry early game? Angelic, absolutely yes. She is very, very strong early game. Somnia, would 5-pole work well for the Dismal? Yeah, I mean, it definitely would work. You could definitely make that work. Here, I usually rely on Damon for this one. We can do... Let's swap these two up front. I love having Alna up front. And, of course, Taylene. I mean, there's no reason to really not use Taylene in most formations. We can drop Rowan in this one. We got Peggy in here, too. Let's see how this one works. And, again, they're all coming out fresh, which can be sometimes kind of tough. But usually when we get Damon up and we get Taylene up, my worry is we don't have much AE here. See, that's what I'm thinking. We don't have a lot of damage to take down all of the totems that Nemisu's putting up. We should still be able to get it if we can get through Grez. Grez is another one, guys, that is... Look how much he heals. It's very tough to get through there. Yeah, don't 5-pole a Thoran. It doesn't work very well, guys. You get destroyed. You will get destroyed with the Thoran. He will cheese back kind of the reverberation of the damage, but he will absolutely cheese you right back. I don't want to lose 2 heroes on that one. This one's tough because, one, we get the Taint ability, and then, of course, you have Kalthar running all over, and you have Rose running all over. So even there, I mean, Rose doesn't take very much damage at all. It's kind of crazy with how much damage she doesn't take. Even there, there's a nuke and a hit, nothing. Didn't even phase Rose. Wow. That's crazy. To push chapter 30, what is the ideal power or level? Really depends on who you have. So a lot of players where your power is going to be a little bit higher if you spread your resources too thin, which is what I got stuck with a lot. I got stuck a lot when it came to the power because when I built heroes, I spread my resources way, way too thin. It kept messing me up all the way. I spread my emblems way too thin. I built too many heroes, too many legendary. So if you really focus on chapter 30 and focus on, because you're not even multi-teams on there, you can push depending how much you play. That's really the big thing, is if you're willing to do a stage 30, 50, 100, 200, 500 times, you'll get through a lot of the stages. It just takes RNG with the team comps you're using. But overall, the Ainz team comp works well. The 5-pole works well. Iran works well. There's a lot of teams that work well. This isn't my upload schedule, Epic Gamer. This is just literally my wife went over to visit her mother tonight. My kids are sleeping. So I just, my upload schedule or my stream schedule is kind of all over the place because I do it when I have time. That's really the big thing. Can I put Raku or Peggy? Out of those two, Miss Tarky, I would go with Raku. As much as I love Peggy, and we are building Peggy down. Well, we got that one borrowed. But ultimately, Peggy is very, very good. Out of those two, out of Raku and Peggy, I would definitely build Peggy. Or excuse me, but I take that back. I would build Raku. Raku players have been using endgame, late game, endgame. He's very, very unique because of his abilities. Peggy, no one is using anywhere. So unfortunately, yeah, Peggy's not being used anywhere that I know of at all, unfortunately. But definitely Raku. Raku is a solid choice out of those two. Let's see who we got left in here. So of course we have a bunch of Graveborn, which you can grab Khazard. It'll probably work. I don't even think any of these guys have any gear. But look at the slowdown that we have there with Alna. Got stuns there from Rowan. And just got to be able to kill a couple of these heroes because they're getting heals, which Nara just got taken out there from Nara. Look, Nara's dead but not dying. There we go. We got the debuff, shielded. Got that one down. Very nice. Yep, this is the pay-to-win account. Great day. Do we know how to get the Izold skin yet? Shard Frost? No, we do not. So I know it's coming with the next patch. So if Lilith stays exactly how they always have, so they'll drop the notes on Monday. The patch will come live on Tuesday. So I'm thinking we'll know today. I'm not sure if it's up on the test server yet. We've seen the skins, but we haven't seen the event down there. I haven't seen what the event is. It might actually be up right now, but not too sure. I randomly got 3 Rakus and Peggies this week, so I decided to use select summons to make them ascended just for the ascension rewards. Yeah, definitely a very, very good choice. And I do it for the exact same reason. So I go ahead and I build them out of the heroic ship because you get all of the bonuses. And of course here, guys, we got a Zolrath, which means we're going to have a pain in the butt. Maybe Zolrath will come back before Brutus' shield's over. Maybe, I think, yeah, we got him down. Ezio took him out when he came back. Very nice. I like that. Peggy from the 3-day trial is really good, and the light tower managed to push through stages with ease. Yeah, Peggy, that's really the only place, Mark, that I think she is going to be used and is going to be used successfully. I can see her in the Lightbearer Tower. Lucius works well in the Lightbearer Tower, doesn't work anywhere else. So I could see her working well in there, but unfortunately that might be the only place. Sorry, I just got here a few minutes ago. Do you know what people are saying about Peggy and Raku? So Raku is very, very good. A lot of players chapter 35 and higher are using him. Peggy, I don't know anyone using Peggy anywhere. Not in PvP, not in the campaign. Nowhere. But Raku, absolutely. A lot of players have built Raku. He does just like we thought. It takes a considerable amount of investment. So you do have to get the signature item. You do have to get his furniture built, and he will do very, very well. And he has been performing very well. But Peggy, I had very high hopes for Peggy, and unfortunately we didn't. They fell very short. We'll just put it that way. See, and here is the reason why I hate fighting with Zolrath. A lot of times if we get the heroes up, see, he went away. So let's see. I think we got him down that time. Ezio can sometimes pick him off right when he comes out, so you don't have to sit there and fight him again. We'll get through here. Is Peggy good for guild hunts? Yep, Yang, we tried Peggy. it didn't work. The team comps we have right now, even having Peggy built, the current team comps that we use have done better. So there's really been no change in the meta. Unfortunately, we thought it would be a pretty big change, possibly with Peggy or Raku. Both of them so far, nothing. Any idea what class the Prince of Persia will be? So a lot of players, have said that they think he's going to be a warrior. So I kind of speculating with the knives, stuff like that, if he was going to go ranger, but not knowing much lore or the backstory of Prince of Persia, I figured he is like an assassin. I've seen, I think, the movie, but haven't really played the game very much. So ultimately, a lot of players have said that they think he's going to be a warrior. I think he might be a ranger. So it's going to be between those two. It's going to be a warrior or ranger. I would assume a ranger, but we have so many rangers in AFK Arena. It's kind of crazy with the amount of rangers that we have. So just adding more, I guess essentially just adding more rangers in there on top of other rangers. I don't know if it really makes sense that much. Yeah, and that's what I think, Great Day. It seems like that they might just make him a ranger just because I'm assuming everyone thinks he's going to be a ranger. But again, it's yet to be seen. I mean, we've been proven wrong a couple times before. And I don't think this team's going to work with Thoran in here. So let's see who else we got down here. And again, I'm just kind of throwing heroes in here. Grez is always a pretty strong one. He can usually tank pretty well with the minions. There's our blood shield. Alna's got the debuffs up. Now it's just getting through the rest of this, especially with the Chimera alts. Rowan with the stuns there. I think we got it this time. Of course, here comes the cheese. The big Thoran cheese. We got it. Very nice. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking the Ranger. I'm sure it seems like Ranger, but again, a lot of people who know it have said that it could be a warrior class. So he might be a warrior class, which would be cool. How do you get to this dimensional arcane labyrinth? Thomas, this is actually the Dismal Maze. So here's the arcane labyrinth. Once you get to, we were trying to figure it out earlier. If anyone knows, go ahead and throw it in there. But I think it's chapter 16 or maybe it's 18. When you get further down, you have the choice of doing the regular arcane labyrinth, or you have the choice of the Dismal Maze. Dismal Maze is a lot tougher. It takes a lot longer to go through here. It is a lot tougher. You have multiple teams. You have debuffs, so it is a lot more difficult, but you get a lot more reward. That's why we're running this, is the reward you get out of here. This one's a pretty tough team, guys. So we have crowd control here, crowd control here, crowd control here, crowd control here, and then of course Kaz has her dodge from magic. So this can be a really, really tough team to fight in here. So we're gonna have to pay attention on this one. Hoping that Ezio, it looks like Kaz got hit. If Kaz gets hit with the ult, very, very easy. I'm in chapter 25, so it might be really late. If anyone can pull it up and let me know. So it might be, if Great Day's in 25 and it's not there, yeah, so it might be 28, maybe instead of 18, 27. Saul Scott is saying 27. So it is relatively late game, guys. Let's go through it. And again, we have Zolrath. I hate fighting him, especially when you have Leica in here as well. And the twins, meaning that where you got to take out some of these heroes relatively quick. If not, the twins are going to start cycling through their ult, and it gets very tough very fast. Hopefully we can get Damon to Blood Shield. There we go. And Alna slowing down the twins. Which Taylene died, that's still okay. We got the minions up. I think now it's just going to be working them down. And of course we have to do it again. It's 20. So there we go, guys. So it is 26. So the Dismal Maze releases on 26. So what we were saying a little bit earlier with 26, or with the Dismal Maze, it is very, very hard when you're new to AFK Arena, or when you first unlock this. It is super hard to get through here. You'll end up using a bunch of your tiers. Again, it is very difficult to get through here. Once you start building teams and you get a couple team comps, it's not bad. It's honestly not too bad to get through here once you have a couple teams. My favorite Graveborn. Oh, that is a tough one, Great Day. My favorite Graveborn. There's a couple. I love Izold. I think Izold is very, very cool. Isabella has always been cool. For my favorite out of all of them, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that. Great Day. That is a good, because there's so many strong Graveborn heroes. It's crazy how much power they put in Graveborn, especially when you have some of them built. They absolutely destroy. I love Nara for the crowd control. Energy reduction, same with Pharrell, awesome. Oden, the same. Isabella with the rework does a crazy amount of damage. When does the patch notes? 1.61 Irene should be on Monday. So again, if Lilith stays true to what they usually do, Monday we'll see the patch notes. Tuesday it'll go on global, so it should be relatively soon. And I'm thinking they're going to counter it, or they're going to include a Magician's Hat event in there, I would imagine. Which is going to provide us a skin, which again, this is kind of my speculation, my theory craft. I think they're going to do the Magician's Hat again. I'm not sure if it's going to have a boss. Last time they didn't have a boss, and ultimately a skin out of there. And I don't know if the second skin is going to be purchase only. Miss Tarky, go ahead and ask. Yeah, if you got a question, go ahead and throw it in chat, guys. So now let's look at what we got out of here. So I went through and I got all of my loot. So this is what we pulled out. So I popped open all of my loot. So out of here, guys, we get 3,400 essence. So a ton of essence out of there. Look at that, 23 million experience. And this is what I want, guys. 1.8 million gold, 2 million gold. So that's 3.8? That's like 4 million gold out of there. Plus you get a considerable amount of stones. So overall, definitely worth it. So we get a lot of gold out of there and a lot of resources. Once you have a good Ainz comp in Iran or Damon, Dismal Maze gets a lot easier. Yes, absolutely, Mark. Again, a lot of players really hate when they first come into the Dismal Maze because it is very, very difficult. Even when it was released, it was really difficult. So ultimately now, once you have one or two team comps that you can run in there, it's relatively easy. What is my favorite character? Everyone knows my favorite. Little Buddy Rowan. Definitely my favorite character. We're going to max him out with his 9 of 9 furniture. You don't need his furniture, guys. Do not build his furniture. There's no reason, short of my love for Rowan and his duck. Right up there. Very, very cool. Nope, not today. See that? What's going on, Tartars? Isabella was my 5-star character. I'm glad they buffed her before they did the swap. Yeah, Andrew, absolutely. Isabella, guys, with her rework, she is a monster. Her ultimate ability, Decimation, she is just a monster. She is awesome. For me, my favorite is either Izold, because he can 1 versus 5 most among Graveborns, and Silas. Yeah, Silas is crazy support. We did wait about 6 months for him to be released. So he's finally out. When they finally dropped him, we waited probably 6 months or more for the Graveborn support. And he finally came. Very, very cool, especially having him completely maxed out. Do you have a purely free-to-play account? Yep, we do. We have 2 of them, Andrew. I run one free-to-play account, which is Furry Hippo free-to-play, and we run a second free-to-play account that's on the test server. So we have both of them that are completely free-to-play. So we have all of them. We have a pay-to-win. We have the main account, the FHG account, 4 faction accounts. We have the 2 free-to-plays. And then I have one that I'm just stockpiling stuff on. Why do I choose yellow emblems for the Champions of Espria, not red? So a lot of people ask me that. So when you go over here, my Noble Society is a little bit set up a little bit different than a lot of other players. Here I chose the amplifying emblems for the simple fact that on this account, particularly with it being pay to win, we've done probably 10 times the normal summons that players would do on the account, resulting in a huge mega gap between the 10 and the 20. So even when we look with amplifying emblems, so looking here at what we can use, we have I'll show you, we have a really, really big gap between the 10 to 20. So we just have characters after characters after characters that are all sitting at 10. Again, because this account is pay to win and we progress through it so fast, we need to catch up. Essentially, some of these heroes we need to catch up with our amplifying emblems, and then we'll go ahead and switch those over to the red emblems. I think this is probably the last time I'll do the red emblems, because on top of that, we do get a lot of emblems, red emblems, because we buy them. So again, being the pay to win account, we have a lot of red emblems because we purchase them, and we get red emblems out of our monthly every day. So this one gives us 2 red chests every single day. That is right, guys. That is 4 emblems that we can use. So they add up really quick. So we get this, 30 days. Yep, that's 60 chests out of here times 2. So that's 120 emblems we just get out of here. So once we kind of bridge that gap of missing the amplifying emblems, we'll go ahead and we will swap the Noble Society over to the red chest. Because again, we had such a big gap. I have to stockpile some of these. I buy them out of the shop whenever we have a chance because we have to build them out. What's going on, So No Res? Thank you for joining us for the stream. Which artifact is best on Silas? So ultimately there's really 2. One is the call, of course, because of the energy regeneration and the haste. More haste allows him to use more abilities, meaning he's going to heal more. Some players do run him with the blade just because all of the heals that Silas has are based on attack rating. So when you actually go through his abilities here, everything is based on attack rating. Right here, right there, recovers 35% of Silas's attack rating. Down here, 30% of Silas's attack rating. Healing Haze, I believe it is the same. Total amount of health may be recovered is equal to 600% of Silas's attack rating. So everything related to Silas is attack rating, which is the reason why a lot of people will run the blade on him, because this is just straight attack rating. And also when he scales, so actually looking at like the 5-star, 1.5% increase in attack rating every 3 seconds. So ultimately, when he scales in the battle, his heals get stronger and stronger and stronger because everything's based on attack rating. What's going on, Hurry? And Uranist? I know my pronunciation's horrible, guys. I've heard it ever since I've started YouTube and everything. My Michigan weird, Canadian, Michigan, North American blend has always been kind of weird. The Ainz looks like a monster. Yeah, fully decked out. Just got to get his signature item a little bit higher. So I focus on building Ainz with the tier 3 gear. And of course, here we're doing Grez. Grez is going to be the other one. For the Twisted Realm, you have to have Grez for the Twisted Realm. So essentially in the Twisted Realm, guys, you are going to use Saurus. So for most players, you're going to use Saurus. So essentially, Saurus is going to carry you to a point when you get in the Twisted Realm of having to build Grez. So essentially, Saurus and the twins will work really well. Grez and the twins will work really well. Big thing with Saurus is you don't have to have his furniture. That's really the big thing, is you don't have to have his furniture built. Where Grez, to really maximize the damage, you have to have all of his furniture to really maximize the damage that he does. And you will lose out if you don't have the shields up on the skeletal minions, which is his 9 of 9. Skeletal warriors that are summoned have a shadow shield. You're going to be missing that shield, and you will find his minions die very, very fast if you don't have the 9 of 9. So ultimately, again, focusing on building him up to the 9 of 9 is a big priority. So we got 20,000 diamonds here. I believe we did get the reset for the desired heroes. So we can go ahead and do a couple summons on here. So we got 2 stones, elite stones. Let's see. Eron and Sophia, both of them are already maxed out, which I have absolutely no problem because of the food. So these will actually be fodder. What does the furniture do on Grez? So the furniture for Grez, the 3 of 9 right here, value of the shadow shield is increased by 150%. Shield explodes when the ability ends. So gives him a little bit of a damage boost there. Right here, Skeletal Warrior summoned as a result. Enjoy these shield effects of Shadow Shield. So the Shadow Shield, I think, is right. Is it this one? So now every minion he brings up, so when he does his minions, 7.5 seconds on his signature item, his ult brings up 2 of them. Now they come up with armor and the damage increased by 200%. So on bosses, you can stack minions. That's really the big thing, is you can stack minions. Now, couple those minions with haste, allows the minions to do an insane amount of damage. In turn, with his demonic assault, he steals power from the boss. So as the boss gets stronger, he steals power, transferring it to the minions, allowing that cycle to continue, which is why Grez has always been so broken. And that's why the 9 of 9, if you bring the minions up and they die too fast, they're not going to have a chance to do damage to the bosses. That's really the big thing, why the 9 of 9 for him is very important. For mages, I believe you only need to use tier 3 stones on staff because it's high damage increase and their boots for haste. I don't think you need, no, is it LL Swine? You don't need to build the helmet or the robe or the padded armor. Yeah, you only do need the weapon. So the staff and the boots are the priority. I built Ainz just because I love Ainz. Same reason I build Rowan. You only need those 2. You are completely correct. You only need the weapon and the boots. After getting weapons and boots, should I still get helmet and chest? No, you don't need to. I would take those 2 off if I wasn't just building Ainz, because I use him for literally everything. As you guys just seen in running through the Dismal Maze, also in the pretty much everything, even going through the event right now, I use the team comp with Ainz. He's what I've used everything for. Saurus, please. So Saurus is priority 100% is the Chaos Bringer. This is what I use on him. This is what everybody uses on him. Ultimately, the Carnage is not really worth it. This is the one you want for the attack bonus and the haste bonus. So essentially, and the accuracy, you don't want Saurus to miss. You want him to hit the target, because if he misses by chance, he will not get his stacks. And the stacks are what allow you to heal the team and to heal him. You got to keep the stacks up with him. So this is ultimately, if you don't have the Chaos Bringer, then of course it's rate 2 Dur's Eye. Dur's Eye is going to be the one you want to swap onto him if you don't have the Chaos Bringer. Chaos Bringer is the best choice. Carnage, again, as of right now, I don't use the Carnage on anybody. So some of the relics or some of the later artifacts that they've come up with, I don't use it on anybody. Yep, as of right now, I don't use it on anyone. Would it be worth swapping scroll from 9 of 9 plus 20 Gwen to someone else since Arthur is needed for the Ainz team? Honestly, I would keep Gwen for 2 reasons. One, she can still work without Arthur. Arthur does give her a solid boost, but even if you swap Arthur to her team and go with Pharrell, a couple different combinations, Gwen will still do well. But ultimately, if you have Gwen 9 of 9, that is a really big overkill for her furniture. 3 of 9 does well for the bonus damage. 9 of 9 is definitely an overkill. 25, you're spot on with the signature item level. 25 is where she gets the bonus, I believe, from haste. So she gets the haste bonus at 25. So yeah, I would definitely look at possibly swapping that, just because having 9 of 9 furniture on Gwen, especially if you're not using her very much, you could definitely use that somewhere else. if you're not using Gwen, just like I said, there's no reason to keep her built if you're not using her. There's no reason. Any tips on the hunting grounds? Silverus, if you want to go look at the guide section, go ahead and check out the guide section. I have quite a few on the hunting grounds because there's so much into it and there's so much dynamic. Carnage is good on Warwick. If you look, Hyatt, so again, running multiple accounts, some are in the Twisted Realm, some are in all different places. Everyone runs. That is right, guys. There you go. Chaos Bringer. I don't know anyone who runs the Carnage on any of the Warwicks. Even going back through all of the different formations that have Warwick, that is the best one. That is by far the best one. As you can see, all 3 tier gear and furniture on Warwick. But ultimately, I don't know anyone that runs anything different or runs Carnage on any of them. Unfortunately, Carnage doesn't seem to do the damage that the Chaos Bringer does. Because essentially, remember, for the Carnage, the big thing is they have to take damage. So right here, once the wielder's health falls below 50%. So the chances of this happening are probably close to nil, just for the simple fact that you have Saurus usually in the team comps, or you have the twins, you have a combination of Rowan. And remember, Warwick has a very, very big life leech ability and a life increase ability. So right here, ability restores 5% of max health per second. The chances of Warwick dropping below the 50% mark, Hyatt, is very, very rare. And if he usually drops below the 50%, or if he's taking damage, most of the time he's dead. It is really, the other thing is most of the time he's dead at that point. But your team will usually keep him fully healed, which is a big difference. So most of the time, you won't use it, unfortunately. How to build team comps around Queen. So Queen essentially is there for crowd control. She doesn't seem to do that much damage, but to build teams around Queen, I really haven't seen too many. Some people are using her for the 5-pole with Iran. I've seen a couple of team comps with her in Skarath and a couple other heroes, kind of keeping the entire enemy team together. So that's really what they were going for, is just keeping everyone literally together. And Queen does that very, very well, keeping them together. So this ability, Stationary Drifter, keeping everyone together in this little circle. She needs a buff as far as damage, even completely decked out, which a lot of players have her completely decked out. She doesn't do enough damage. So, and she does go kind of hand in hand with Joker, because she will trigger Joker's ability. So a team comp like that will work well. But again, they have to have support, and they have to have the synergy to kind of keep those the cycle together. She has to continue alting. What's going on with the hunting fields? Is there another round starting? So there is another round starting. You cannot get the rewards. You can only pick up rewards, Chris, that you missed the first time. So even here, I think I'm a supporter. I think someone picked me up as a supporter. Yep. So here's supporter rewards. There we go, guys. We got our supporter rewards. There we go. Already claimed this season. We finished out heroic with my team. So unfortunately, with all of our supporter rewards, because we've already received the rewards on the second season, we got all of our rewards, so we can pick up nothing. So unfortunately, we cannot pick up anything with the supporter rewards. Hopped in here just to watch a couple of my guildies run through here. So very, very cool to see the strategy that a lot of players used for it. Yeah, so you can only get it once per season. Rin Shaolin, please don't skip my question. Why do mobile games want people to spend so much money, and then actual games you can pay $60 and grind actually matters? So really, Rin, it's just gacha games. That has been the basis of mobile gaming kind of forever. Most of them, actually every single game that I've ever played on mobile has been pay to win to an aspect. Even going back to Clash of Clans, everything from Supercell, even going back to Riot Games, going back to a lot of different companies have always just been the pay to play. It's always been the methodology of the game. You have a whole section of free to play players that are never going to put anything in here. You have a whole entire section of players that will always put money in here. So it is really how the industry is built on mobile games, I guess. And I know with mobile games, though, another big thing is when you think of AFK Arena is the $60 game we bought 2 years ago is not by any means and literally light years away, Rin Shaolin, to the game that you would purchase for $60 2 years ago. This game is updated every 3 to 4 weeks. They have multiple events. This game is always evolving, just like all mobile games do. It's always evolving. It's always changing. There's always going to be more things to do in here. It's just not a pick up and play one single game. It's always going to be something that changes, and it's always going to change. So it's always the way of mobile games because there's a huge cost for the development team that you have, the maintenance of it. It's not just, hey, here's a game cartridge, hey, here's a CD, hey, download this game. A lot of it goes into the back end of the game that I think a lot of people don't realize. But these games are very, very expensive to maintain. There's a lot that goes into it. We're going to throw our new frame on there. Oh yeah, I played Clash of Clans for 5 years, Bobby. I played Clash of Clans when it first came out, way back in the day. Got played all the way through to Town Hall 13. I think 13 where I was. I had my little builder village too, 100% maxed out. We were playing competitive Clash of Clans for a long time, and it just got kind of old. Got old after a little while. Just in any case, you're unaware, the upgrade you see above when using T3 stones, those are bonuses you get from 5 stars and faction bonuses. The only thing you get from T... Yeah, so the only thing that... I wonder if I got a stone. I think I have some stones. There we go. So we'll choose this one. We'll just get a stone out of here. So ultimately, what Skepsina is saying is when you look at the bonuses, so here, these are the bonuses that you get. I think, is that where it is now? 75 plus 60. So when we go to strengthen, these are the bonuses that you're getting from T3. I think these are the bonuses that are already on the gear is what you're saying. Let me know if that's if that's correct. I know I've read on Reddit that's how it worked is you don't get this one. I'm not getting this bonus essentially, but this is the bonus that I'm getting. If I'm not wrong, I believe that is how it is set up. So there you go, guys. Queen is good with Raku. I don't have Raku built yet. I definitely want to build him. I just got my Iran animated frame. Very cool. Yeah, the animated frame for Allard is very cool looking, guys. Which we can still do some summons on here. Yeah, can't wait for the Prince of Persia. Definitely want to see him. I think it's going to be very, very cool. Why people are building Grez SI to plus 30, it seems too much. He only needs his 9 of 9 plus 30 can give you. No, Craig, it does a lot more than that. So his SI 30, not only do you have the 10 levels of stats, every 7.5 seconds, you get a bonus. So you figure even here, so we have a minute 30. So we have 90 seconds divided by your 7.5. You're getting 12 extra minions in a fight, Craig. So his 12 extra minions do a ton of damage. Not only that, is in addition with those minions, with his 9 of 9, you're shielding 12 minions. You're pulling 12 million minions out with Grez. Dura's Eye. Dura's Eye is definitely what to use on him because of the haste. The haste, you want to bring up minions. That's really the key of Grez is bring up the minions. So there you go, guys. You will get 12 extra minions. I pulled up my calculator to check it out. In a full minute 30 battle, you'll get 12, probably 11 minions to be pulled out of there. So it's very, very cool. I don't know who this guy is or what this game is. This is AFK Arena. Newbie noob. So if you want to join us, it's very cool. We've been playing it for 2 years now. It's a 2-year anniversary. Monthly swap scrolls for players VIP 10 and above. That might be coming, Ash. I could see them doing something like that, which VIP 10 I would definitely be okay with. Because remember, as free to play, you can hit VIP 10. So you could definitely make that work at VIP 10. If they make it higher, I think it's going to give an unfair advantage, essentially, for people who are higher. Nice, I'm Town Hall 13 maxed. Oh, Town Hall 14 is coming soon. Very, very cool. What's going on? Hashirin? I want Lilith to collaborate with Naruto. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Naruto. That's one that I've actually seen. What's going on, Kenneth? Thank you for joining our impromptu stream. So we just hopped on here. Again, kids are sleeping, guys. Wife is over at her mother's house, so I have the house, well, the downstairs kind of to myself. Is Damon plus 30 really necessary? It is not really necessary, but ultimately it helps. So the big thing here, the difference between having the plus 30 and not having the plus 30, I believe, is 2.5 seconds. So having the plus 30 makes a big difference because it shortens the time the blood shield is down, which is when he has the attack and the defense. So this will help a ton with the plus 30 on him. It does help a ton. What is VIP level? VIP level is right here. So you actually get different perks going through the VIP levels. So as you progress in AFK Arena, you'll gain VIP levels. Free to play, you can go up to 10, which is very, very cool. Anything past that, you do have to make purchases. Right now we're on 15, going a little bit towards 16, so definitely getting there. Is it possible to get the old Dimensionals Legend? It is possible to get the old Dimensionals. So essentially in here, you can now garrison the heroes. So you can go through and use your resources. So you'll actually use your resources here to get heroes, to get the older heroes, including Yukio, which was pay to win only, but they're here. So you can definitely will pick them up. What's going on, Greg? Thank you for joining us. People are talking about the Reddit using Arties, but I can't find it. If you go, so a lot of the guides, if you're on Reddit, there's like the very, very top of the Reddit page, there's a guide section that takes you to a different web page within Reddit. And I believe most of the guides are pinned in there. You should be able to see them. Yeah, furniture swap scrolls. There you go, guys. If you're a higher VRP level, most likely you won't need the swap scroll. Yeah, and that's what I have. The exact same thing. That's why we just have our swap scroll. There's no one I want to swap it to, and it will probably be an item that I won't use at all. Just for the reason of I don't have anyone to use it for. So it definitely works. Hi, can you add me? I could use some advice without having to come to the stream. Benjamin, the best place, if you hit me up on Discord, definitely let me know there. And if you guys are chatting, I know I've said this before, is if you guys are chatting, I don't go through and look at these because I swap through so many different accounts so often. These I do not read. I do not go through the actual chat in game. I get notifications from Discord. So it makes it really, really easy. I can reply anywhere that I'm at Discord instead of logging into the game and then trying to go through the chat. And I know Lilith is working on the chat. It's very, very rough sometimes. Some of the chat disappears. Some of it's hard to see. So definitely hit me up on Discord or message in YouTube. So go under a video, just drop me a comment. Most of the time I will I will answer. Most of the time that I can. Grez's SI already summons minions with the basic unlock. You don't need the plus 30. You might not need it, Craig, but ultimately with the plus 10 you're going to get from the stats, definitely help. I don't know anyone who's pushing AFK Arena that doesn't have the plus 30 or wouldn't recommend the plus 30. So, I mean, if you don't want to build it, ultimately that's up to you. But for me, honestly, to have the extra couple minions, I'll take the extra 2 or 3 minions. Definitely. Chapter 16 for Stargazer. Yeah, Chapter 16 is the Stargazer. What's going on, Sony? Thank you for joining us for the stream. This is a late night Friday impromptu stream. What's going on? FF Machine joined us as well. And Kenneth, it's 4:25 a.m. Here it is 10:30. So you're in a whole nother time zone. Izold or Grez plus 30? Which one to go first? So Izold gets his immunity. So right there, Izold cannot be controlled while using the Toxic Transfusion ability. It is very, very strong. That is a very strong ability. Even if you took Izold to 20, also depends kind of where you're at within the Twisted Realm. So there can be a lot of players, especially earlier, like I was saying earlier, they're using Saurus in the Twisted Realm because they don't have Grez built and they don't have Grez's furniture built. So ultimately, if you're using Izold, and if you're using Izold in the campaign or as a main carry, you can definitely build Izold. Again, focus first, guys, on the heroes you're using. That's really the big thing to look at, is focusing first on the heroes that you're using. So essentially, if I go and I build Izold all the way up to plus 30, Izold is a hero I don't usually use in the campaign. He's a hero I'm building for no reason because I'm not going to utilize him. So ultimately, definitely make sure you're building your teams versus building independent heroes. So really, really good. What's going on, Mako? Do people use Thane? No, I don't know anyone that uses Thane. You might use them or might pull them out possibly if you're going through the Abyssal Expedition. As you can see, they still have his the 480p animation here, and they just did the same to Isabella. They finally upgraded how clear and crisp she looks. Thane, unfortunately, I mean, look at this. How absolutely amazing the character looks there. Thane is just kind of fuzzy. So he's a little fuzzy. The Discord is right below the videos, guys. I know Javid's not here to link the description, but right below the video is the Discord link. You can go ahead and join on there. Have you maxed out Odin doing so much damage it surprises me? I'm having a hard time between Ruspin or Raku. Ultimately, Odin I have maxed out on the Graveborn account. Odin does a crazy, crazy amount of damage. Plus he has the displacement. Plus he has the energy disintegration. It is very, very tough. Is it true VIP free to play only 10? Yes, Sony, that is it. You can only go to 10. So what are my top 3 teams? In here, I use standard formations. So when we look at our 5-tier comps or the 5-team comps, we use the Lucy Cheese. We've always used that. We use the God tier team. We use the 5-pole team. We use the Ainz comp. And then I've kind of switched between Ulna, but usually Ulna Lucy I run together. Very, very strong team. Gwen, I have Arthur on a couple teams, so we can't use, but I've used some blend of Maulers for our 5th team, essentially. Portal Party's in here as well, just because these heroes are not utilized most other places. So I have all of the standard comps that I go through here. These are copied formations that I actually use out of the Twisted Realm or to look at other formations. So I've copied these from other players going through different teams, but essentially the formations that I have up here are the key ones that I use. So all of these 8 are the ones that I use. What would you recommend? Which character to push the campaign? Shimira does really well still with the campaign push. Shimira will do really well. Damon ultimately is probably one of the best choices to go ahead and push the campaign, just because he is a hero you're going to use the entire game. So even having him, I have him on the free-to-play account, and it is very, very early with the free-to-play account. I think we're on 18 or 20 right now. We've had Damon since the beginning. We've had Shimira since the beginning. We've had Damon since the beginning. You'll use him the entire game. Very, very strong character. And again, you will use him for a ton of the game. Damon is a solid, solid choice. Because even when you look at some other heroes, like let's say Iran is a very solid choice as well. But ultimately, he needs somewhat of a team around him. He needs some of a formation around him. Iran is not a hero that's going to do it by himself. Daemon will. Daemon will do it early game. Daemon will do it through a lot of the campaign, even going late in end game. What's going on, Ryan? Ryan the Loudmouth. Love the name. Can 39 of 9 Ezio solo a team? No, Ash. Ezio can't. Ezio is strong. If you get him down to 1 or 2 heroes, sometimes he can go ahead and pull those battles out. Majority of the time, he is there to back up other heroes like Ainz, or team comps that'll burst damage. So when you have like Iran Laika, he can be the finisher for those. So there's a bunch of different team comps that he can work well on. Again, your methodology is getting heroes low, and Ezio will finish them off. So that is really the good one. Is the waistband a good artifact on Daemon? It is. Most of the time I use the call just because I want to get his blood shield up faster. So the faster that we can get his soul feast up, the faster, because remember, that adds haste and it adds energy. So getting his ultimate up faster while we have that blood shield up, faster we can get him to cycle through, the stronger he gets. Is Ezio worth Garrison? Yes, absolutely. If you don't have Ezio, my first choice, if you're looking at the Garrison, would be Ainz. That would be by far the first one. So of course, Ainz is number 1. He would be the second one, or the first one. Then if you're going Ainz, I would do Albedo or Ezio, depending, because Albedo is going to take some building. You have to have the plus 30 signature item essentially on Albedo to go ahead and allow her to boost the damage of Ainz. But they go together very, very well. Both of those heroes go together very well. But ultimately, if you want to look at formations, Ainz will still work by himself pretty well. Ezio will work pretty well. So both of them. How do I know if I'm free to play or not? If you have a little thing in here that has Gwen for a free to play icon, so I forget exactly what it looks like, but there's a little icon in there that has a picture of Gwen. It shows like a bunch of knights and Gwens at the end. If you have that, you have never spent $1 in the game. You've never bought anything. If you spend any coin in the game, any real life money within the game, it takes that away. So you do lose that option. You can't go ahead and build it, unfortunately, if you have not spent money in the game. So again, ours is completely gone because of course we've spent money on the pay to win account. That's been kind of the point of it. But ultimately that's what takes it away. So you actually lose that free to play little tag on your account. My team is Lucius, Rose, Daemon, Legendary, Scrag, and Chimera. That's a good team. That's a really good team. Wilder, just keep going. It says Gwenwith says, yeah. So if you buy anything, again, it's going to pick that up. You're not going to be able to get that. So definitely keep an eye out, guys. That's the only real way, which a lot of people say, well, if I spent $1 in the game, I'm still considered free to play. It's entirely up to you. So, all right, guys. So we are still looking for, I believe, a Lard, and we have 1 there. So we need 5 copies of him, guys. We have quite a few scrolls. We'll do a summon, and then we'll probably conclude it. But essentially looking for a Lard. We're going to spend all of our diamonds in there. We don't have any more Stargazer cards. So hopefully we get some elites, which an elite right off the bat. What's going on, Gina? Just started AFK Arena. Yep, go ahead and throw some questions in there. There's Raku, guys. I need more friends in the game. You should be able to join. Definitely you want to have active friends. So there's Raku, guys. We're building him out of the ship. We're building him for the heroic ship. But right now, Ullard is the next one. So we're going to pop him in here because we need copies of him. There he is, guys. We want to build him before the ship sails. All right, so 5 more scrolls here. Hope we can pull some good elites here. which if you guys didn't check out Vulcan's video, guys, he did a 5 pull. I believe it was a 5 pull that he was talking about. There's another elite, which is Kaz. Kaz needs a rework, hopefully pretty soon. Yeah, D, and a lot of people did. You had to pay 99 cents for the skin, and a lot of people lost the that little free-to-play banner was that skin. Who would I recommend Stargazing? I'd like to get Lucy, but have E. Honestly, Ryan, the way that I do it, and I know everyone has their own personal opinion of Stargazing, I go ahead and I Stargaze the twins to Mythic. The twins to Mythic to get the signature item to increase their survivability. And at this point, I would go to Lucretia after that, or Lucretia after that, just because of the ability to destroy. And look at that, guys, a double Raku again. Oh, Raku is on fire today, guys. And a copy of Theowen, very, very nice. So double pulls of Raku. That is awesome. One card on the table. Again, we're looking for copies of Al. And it is Rain. I think Rain's already pretty well maxed out. But hopefully we need 5 copies, guys. 5 copies, and we can get him ascended, and he can be done. Have you seen the Chinese video? No, I haven't, HK. That'd be very, very cool. All right, so we got 3,000, or we have 20,000 diamonds, 3,000 a pull. We're gonna pull all that we can out of here. There we go, guys. A copy of him right off the bat. That's the one we needed to take him to Legendary Plus. So very, very cool. I have Brutus, the Elite. Brutus is good with the immunity shield, especially Gina earlier game. As you progress further, you won't use them as much until you start getting into the 2 teams. And again, it goes back to the immunity shield he has. So a lot of people will bring Brutus back for that immunity shield. All right, guys, so 2 summons there. We've pulled 1 copy of him. There's our second copy. I was hoping for a couple more. There's another one. So a couple more diamonds, and I think we might have, back-to-back copies of him. Very nice. So we need 2. We need 2 more copies of him, but this is our last summon. And there's another one, guys. Triple pulls. Very nice. That is very, very good luck. So the luck continues. That is awesome. Yeah, Raku is very, very strong. I know Markiplier is leaving. We have our new Dolly skin, so he leaves in 21 hours, guys. I think Markiplier was a giant marketing ploy from Lilith. But unfortunately, I found an hour ago, is constantly tap on Markiplier. He'll yell and shake his dog. Yeah, he does. So Markiplier will be gone very, very soon. There he's shaking his dog. Stop touching me. I know one thing about Markiplier. I don't know if a lot of you guys know. He said he didn't like AFK Arena. So if he goes, he goes. Once he said that. How do you get on the test server? Google AFK Arena test server. There's a bunch of YouTube videos out there. You actually have to download a test APK. So there's a couple different ways to get onto the, or a way to get on the test server, but it does require you to download a couple different things to hop on the test server. So watch the videos. I had to watch it to get there. Do I think getting the 1-star Ascended in the heroic ship is worth it? It is, Chris, if you don't have to summon them. Honestly, so if you're not using your desired summons to pick up that one, I would recommend it. If you pull them out of regular summons, great. If I keep the heroes in the wish list essentially while the heroic ship's still here. Once the heroic ship leaves, I can take them out of the wish list. But if you do just naturally through a summon pick it up, Chris, I would keep it. Are there any mod APKs? There might be. I'm sure there are. What's going on, Great Day? Great Day can't be sad. You're great. All right, so we have 300 each. We need 1 copy. So I'm going to go ahead. We'll burn our individual summons and see if we can get that 1 copy before these diamonds run out. So we're a little short of doing another 10 pull. But we might not pull it out of here either. So 2 more. And maybe the final one, guys, might do it. It is. Oh, no. Nothing. Let's see if we have anything. Barracks, we got a second chance, guys. We got an elite stone there. We got a second chance. This is resetting in 17 hours. Already have 100,000 of our lab tokens. Challenger store, we're still building, I believe, Orthos on this account. I think Orthos, we need 1 copy. All right, so here we guys. Oh, you're welcome, Chris. Allard, let's see if we can pull one. Fingers crossed. It is Verk. We got a Verk. Yeah, Shamira is good, especially got JBL. If you build Shamira to 9 of 9, unless you're really pay to win or really hardcore pushing the Twisted Realm, for the Nomura bosses, all you use her for. Nobody else really uses her for anything else that I know of. You can throw her in a team comp here and there, but ultimately, most people don't use her. So let's see, guys. Look at that. So we have Nomura, we have Kaz, we have Allard. Double copies of him. We have Raku there. And then a lot of food. And we have Theowen. So we are definitely continuing to just max out a lot of these heroes. So there is 1 copy of him. So that'll take him to Legendary Plus. Already been sitting on a little bit of food. Now we're going to need food for Peggy. Maximize summons. You get another card. Yeah, we can try it. We can try it. So there we go, guys. So right here we have him at Mythic Plus. We have 1 copy there, or 1 elite copy there, 1 copy there. So we just need 1, guys. 1, and we could get him up to Ascended. Raku, I believe we got pretty lucky too with as well. So Nomura will add star number 4. She is almost done. Kaz, we're waiting for the rework, but there is star number 2. Raku can actually eat a little bit of this food. Again, guys, I build all of these because of the heroic ship. We have 1 copy there, plus we can get 1 out of the Misty Valley. We still have more copies coming of Peggy and Raku out of the event. So we definitely get to pull a couple more copies in there. So that'd be very, very cool. Which again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, so we still have food there. Like it is an extra. Iran is an extra. Those are just extra copies, so we can actually use a little bit more food there to build up Raku. But ultimately, the heroic ship is going to give us cards as well. So there is Raku, guys. Boom, giving us more food there. I love the Twisted Essence. And then, of course, Allard, we get free gear, and we get some Amplifying Emblems. 1 more copy, we'll have the frame. Then we'll be done with him. Is the test server PC only? I believe it is PC only, Sony. I don't think you can do the test server. And with it, you cannot do it on Apple. So the test server is not available for Apple products. On your faction accounts, what is the plan for the faction towers? I run all the faction towers. So ultimately, I focus solely on the faction, essentially, that we have built. I think we overtook, oh, we got another reward. We're still number 1 here. I think number 2 or 3 here. Number 3 in progression. And then here we are number 2 in the tower. I definitely have to push a little bit more of the tower ultimately so we can build that out. The faction accounts, I do push all of the faction towers. Even here, we've been making pretty good progression in here. We're about 385 is the lowest. 410 is the highest. Very, very difficult when we start getting to this 400 level for the faction towers. It just takes a lot. It takes a lot of attempts, a lot of attempts. Test server is on Android. There you go. So D said it is on there. So test server is on Android phones as well. I know on the Apple products, you cannot. So unfortunately with Apple, I was SOL because I have Apple products. Couldn't do them. All right, do the rest of the summons and get a card. We have 9 there. Is that going to be enough? We do our 9 regular summons, which we can use our scrolls. Might get lucky and pull a copy out of here. That'd be cool to see the 1 come out of here. How do you unlock the heroic ship? The heroic ship comes from having 10 ascended heroes, Ryan. So when you hit the 10 ascended heroes, it opens up in the field of stars. So you have to have the 10 heroic or the 10 ascended heroes to go ahead and unlock that. Final summon. So nothing in there, guys. 5 Stargazer cards. So how are we getting the 3 from Friendship as well? A Naru, not too bad there. Which I didn't think these count towards the summons. Which they don't. I didn't think they do. They don't count towards the summons. The Friendship ones don't. That's why I was saying I thought I was going to be a little bit short. And I don't think we can get any more. I don't think we have any more diamonds. So we are out. We are out of boxes. We have done the bosses. We have everything. Do the Garrison stones still expire after 7 days? I accidentally exchanged, not knowing. You can renew. No, the Garrison stones, I believe, do not expire. I'm not sure if they do expire. That kind of sucks if they do. But I haven't bought any of the Garrison stones yet, D. So unfortunately, right now, I don't know. If anyone else knows, definitely let me know. But I don't know. I don't know about the Garrison stones. Will they nerf the reworked Isabella? Silverus, usually not. Usually they don't nerf any of the heroes unless the hero themselves are really broken, which we haven't really seen that many nerfs. Most of the time, if the hero underperforms, they'll bring them up kind of to where they want to, but we haven't seen very many nerfs overall. So I think here we still need one. I think I need one ascended hero. One ascended will give us our 50 mark. So let's run through the factions and we'll see. Because here, Lightbearer, again, we're just saving all of our food. To go ahead, we'll finish out Allard, we'll build Peggy, and we'll be good. Still waiting for copies there of Hendrik. So in the Maulers, we decided to build Antandra. Do we have food? One. Nope, we have double copies of her. Wilders, we're building Raku, so we're going to save all of our food for him. Then in our Graveborn, we have Kelthar. Did we get food for Kelthar? No, we only have one. We don't even have duplicate copies. No food down there, so no, nothing yet. And then here again, we have Orthos there. We need one copy of Orthos, which once we get enough Challenger Stones, Orthos will be ascended. Almost adding stars on Taylene, almost on the twins, almost on Flora, so we have a lot going on there. This one we're building Khazard. We're summoning for Khazard, we're building Khazard. Once Orthos is done, we're going to swap to Zolrath, we'll build him out of the shop, then all the dimensionals are done. So we got done. Isabella is getting destroyed, is still destroying my... Yeah, absolutely, guys. Since Isabella did the rework, she is super, super tough. Guys, she is absolutely tough. That is why they had to go in and they had to nerf her. So they nerfed her in the campaign. They nerfed her all over. Do you have any guides, tips for the Trials of Gods? I just unlocked the first one. Yep, Grimlock, if you go to my YouTube channel, and I always recommend this, guys, go to the guide section. There are guides for every Trial of God that is up. So go in there, watch the videos. They're about 8 to 10 minutes. They're relatively short to go through the Trial of Gods, but I always cover the team comps that work really well in there. In some of the battles that we go through, I go through all of the battles and also what debuffs to take in there to get that level 36. I kept them all at 36. They don't. I've only bought 5 at the Confused. Only bought 5 at first, being confused and haven't disappeared, if what you're asking. I don't know if you... I don't know if you have the stone, if you can keep the stone the whole entire time. They don't expire, only at month reset. I was sitting on 30 for nearly a month before I got enough for a dimensional. So it sounds like the stone, you can only acquire 2 a month. So if you're sitting on 2, you might not be able to get any more, is what I'm thinking. I mean, how I would probably do it. So I know on the stone, on my free-to-play account, I want to say I've had the stone since it came out. And I don't think it's going to change. Got caught watching TV, but Wilder than wild. Just got in trouble watching TV, guys. We got 3 cards here. We got 10,000, so we're going to keep our wish list the same. Trying to max out Lucy. We want to max out Lucy, so if we get lucky with one of her pulls, with a mythic card, we can max her out. So there we go, guys. We got a mythic card. It is a copy for, not too bad. I would definitely take a copy there for Pharrell. Second one, just some legendary. And last one, just some more legendary. It's okay, though. We got another piece there for Pharrell. So definitely building him up a little bit more, little by little. So that takes him to 6. Yeah, not watching TV, watching YouTube. So we just got busted watching YouTube. I don't want to get you in trouble. All right, so we'll go ahead. We put all of our furniture on there. I don't think, nope, a little bit short. So 3 cards are going to stay there. Essentially, again, I'm going to build Lucy. We could put him on Pharrell and have him done. We could put him on Izold and have him done. Oden and have him done. But Lucy's the priority because she's the main carry in the campaign for the stages. Ultimately, Izold, Oden, all of them I don't use as a main carry. So I definitely want to build Lucy. You can only get 2 characters. Yes, definitely, Ryan. Choose wisely when it comes to the dimensionals. Again, I would prioritize doing Ainz and Albedo, or I would prioritize doing Ainz and Ezio. Kind of up to you. Which one you're looking to purchase. So again, our little cards are going to stay there. We're at 200 mythic pieces already. I think we have some. We have Khazard there. We have Orthos. Definitely got those 2 waiting to build. Orthos is going to be soon. Khazard's going to be right behind him. We're going to run out of, I think, heroes to build on these accounts, which is awesome. That's exactly where we want to be. So we have another day, guys. I think another day for the rest of the Misty Valley. So in here, if we don't pick up that copy of Allard out of the summons, I believe he is in here, guys. There he is. If we do pick him up, looking in the bottom of the chest, we do have right there Raku and Peggy, so we can build either of those out of there if we do pick up that final copy of Allard. So before I finish this, or I might just save, pick him up out of here, and then pick up the rest of them. But remember, we're going to get a lot of copies out of the anniversary party. When it comes to the Forest Escapade, we're going to get copies out of here. I got the Raku one. Now we just need the Peggy one. So very, very cool. What team would you recommend for climbing from campaign 28 to 30? Honestly, an easy team to make progression in the campaign is Damon. Damon with support works very well. Damon is a hero, again, you'll use through the entire team. He works really, really well. That's why a lot of players build him so early, is because he performs very well. Here, of course, we get all of our dreamy chests and everything else out of here. And also make sure in here, I want to show you the guys. I want to show you guys the boss fight, and then we'll be done with the stream. So here it's pretty funny. So looking at the top teams, they're running this team, and I'll show you why. I think it's really, really funny to watch. So we'll go ahead and we'll challenge. So essentially, this is the formation that you're looking to. The big reason for this is Kren is up front. As you can see, Skarath is up front. So those 2 are going to be linked together by the twins, meaning they're going to get more damage. Because remember, with the artifacts we bought in here, they have 100% factional advantage over the Wilders, which makes them the clear team to use. And ultimately, the twins are going to super cycle. Silas is going to buff and heal, and Mortis is going to buff as well. So I just want to slow this down and show you how kind of funny it looks, because Skarath will put everyone together. So there we go, guys. They're hitting the bombs. So Kren is getting the boost. So here comes the buffs. Mortis buffs. There's Silas buffs. So Skarath got both buffs. So here, all the heroes are together. So right there, Skarath's ult put everyone together. Now, as soon as Kren drops back, watch what he does. Remember, his attack is AoE. So the second that he ults, because Skarath will keep this whole team together, it gets kind of crazy. So boom, there's the together. I don't know where Kren is at or why he's not ulting. There we go. So they're all together. Boom, there goes the bombs. So they are literally keeping them together. Now watch. They're all together. There's Skarath. There's Kren's alt. All together. This literally, this tornado of heroes just stays together in a circle. And it's very, very funny to watch. You'll see them just move around the battlefield as they're all just completely locked in here. Oh, good night, Kenneth. Yeah, get some sleep. Again, this was a late night impromptu stream, but look at the group, guys. It just literally stun locks the entire team in the back because the sandstorms are coming so quick and the ults are coming so quick with the haste that is provided from the twins. So the whole team is just stacked right in the back, which is very, very cool to see. You do get quite a bit of gold out of here. So ultimately out of here, we've used our couple acorns. I don't think I have any more. So we've went back and forth. I don't think this is the best one to choose. So we can actually change that one out. But ultimately, it's going to make a big difference when it comes to the end battles. So when it comes to the last days and you have multiple acorns, the Forest Escapade is going to make a good, big difference. See you, Stardoom. All right, guys, so that will do it for our impromptu stream for tonight. Guys, thank you guys for joining me. Absolutely love doing the streams. Love answering all the questions. Very, very busy this weekend, but Sunday we're going to be streaming at 1 o'clock. So I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be streaming, thinking of some new content. We're probably going to hop on either the free-to-play account or we're going to hop on the test server, have some fun with that if the new events and everything are up. So guys, that will do it tonight for the stream. Again, thank you guys for joining me. Very, very cool to see AFK Arena. We got really lucky with the Allard copies. So he is almost completely built, guys. Again, very cool to see him being built. We'll get him maxed out of the heroic ship. So we do have probably a new Celestial coming as well as the Dimensionals that are coming. So definitely some new heroes coming in inclusion with Peggy and of course with Raku that we already have. So very, very cool. So again, guys, thank you guys for joining me tonight. Have a good night. Stay safe out there. And as always, thank you guys for watching.